Okay, good morning. So, all you need today for a Sunday stretch, nice and chilled, nice and relaxed, you're just going to need a towel. You don't have to have one, it's just if you can't sort of get to certain areas, you can't reach something, you might want a towel to help you out. Okay, so there you go, that's all you need. So I'll demonstrate with and without. Or if you have a band or anything like that. I didn't want to use a band because not everyone's got one, but everyone's got a towel. So I thought that'd be better. All right, we're going to make a start. So it's just a Sunday morning stretch. So we're just going to take a bit of time out to sort of stretch and strengthen a little bit at the same time where we can. And first of all, we're just going to warm up through the joints. Okay, so nice posture, stand tall, make a connection through your centre. You're going to lift your arms in a nice big circle and then stir them round. So just circle the arms. We're going backwards with the arms. And just finding that range through your shoulders. Get nice and easy. One more time, circle round. And then change direction. Bring your arms forward. So just see how that, think about how that feels through your shoulders. And just check the weight is nice and evenly balanced through your feet. Fan out your toes. Okay, bring your arms forward. So they're here, palms facing down. You're going to take one arm up, one arm by your side, and then you're going to windmill the arms around. And then float them back to their start position, and now reverse. Try and keep your shoulders down. Watch they don't hunch up here. So one arm goes up, one arm by your side. Imaginary windmill, here we go, with your arms. And then float them back to the front. Reverse. So just breathing normally, there's no breath pattern to this one particularly. We're just moving through the shoulders. And we're just applying a little bit of coordination. One arm up, one arm by your side, float them around and back to the front. Last time. And back to the front. Good, and now you're going to just relax your arms by your side. Raise the heels, raise the arms. Just to shoulder height here, and then slowly down. And again, so heel raise, raise the arms, and then bring it down. Nice and controlled, just working through the feet now, the ankles, and the calves, all the lower leg. And then just really good practice for your balance. So arms level. Just a little floating up and floating down. Having a floaty morning. So lifting, and just do two more. Just raising up, bring it down, and last time. Bring it down, and then you're going to swoop your arms forward. We're going to do just a little dive through the upper body. Let me turn sideways on so you can see. The tummy is drawing in, and we're just going to let the back of the hands kiss. Your head is going to go between your arms here. Knees are a little bit tiny bent, and the tummy, like I say, is scooping inwards. And then you're going to open the palms, open the chest and the shoulders, and take a little peek up towards the ceiling, and then repeat that again. So swoop the arms forward, back of the hands kiss, and then open. And just get it to flow. So inhale as you expand the ribs on this one, and then exhale, scoop the tummy in as you just dive forward. Just a real nice chest expansion, and just stretch through your upper back. If looking up doesn't suit your neck or makes you feel dizzy or anything like that, just look forward, okay? So you don't have to look up. Scooping forward and back. One more time. Breathe out, scoop everything in, and then breathe in, open, and then release your arms, and then come up into a sort of arms in like a wide V, and you're just going to do like little cactus arms. So you're going to pull the elbows down. Again, you can look up here if you want to, or you can stay looking forward, and then just reaching up back into your V, look forward. So a little cactus, bringing the elbows down and back, squeeze, and then looking up. So we're here, and then tummy is drawing inwards, and we're squeezing back and down. So again, inhale here, and then exhale as you pull back and squeeze. Again, just that upper back. Try not to throw the hips forward. Okay, so it's not this where the hips are driving forward. The hips are nice and still. So just pulling back, down, inhale, lift, squeezing, and lift one more time, squeezing down, and then lifting up, and then releasing your arms down. Just roll your shoulders round a few times. Okay, right, we're going to do a little bit of balance work. So I want you to actually lift both arms and lift one knee up in front of you, and then slowly bring it down, switch sides, lifting up. So find that balance. So a little pause at the top of the lift up, little pause, because we are going to add on to this, and then down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower with control, breathe out, lift up, and then breathe in. Keep a nice long spine. Good, now keep the leg going, just bring your hands up by your temples, and then I want you to add a little tiny rotation. So keep the knee lifting up, keep the knee shining forward as you just turn that upper body just slightly. Okay, so just getting a little bit of rotation through the spine. Keep drawing the navel back towards the spine. Again, just finding that movement, just warming everything up. So lifting and rotating. So this is kind of your little like mobility section rather than a stretch part. Last couple of times, breathe out to twist. Breathe in. And one more, breathe out, twist. And breathe in, and then bring your arms down by your sides and relax. Roll your shoulders around a little bit. Good. Okay, right. So you should be a little bit more ready now to do a little bit more of a stretch and strength section. So I'm going to keep turning just to show you my positioning so you can see. So you don't have to do that. You just obviously stay where you are, find some space. Right, okay, so I'm going to, it might look back to front on the camera if I'm saying right and left, so just go with it. Right, you're going to start, right leg is going to lift up, and you're going to hold on to the front of your shin here. Kind of keep your shoulders back and down, and sort of hug the thigh, hug the knee in, and then you're going to take a nice big step back here onto the ball of that right foot. Arms are going to float up, sink down into that front knee above your ankle, and arms up here. And then you're going to push into this front foot and lift again into this position here. So we're stretching here, and then you're stepping back into a lunge position, sink down a little bit, arms coming up. Keep going. I want you to do 8 on each side. So I'm just going to turn as we go through so you can see what the lunge looks like. So we're here, and then you step back. You can adjust your feet as you need to, sink down and sort of tuck your tailbone underneath you. So arms are just lifting here. Just tuck your tailbone and then push into that front foot and lift your back knee. So take your time, little pause on each side. Just because I've given you a number, don't rush through. So feel that stretch in the front of your right thigh as you step back, and in the back of that right side as you stretch into the come up. So nice flowing movement again, tummy in, sink down. And you're trying to sort of squeeze a little bit more out of it each time without forcing, and then without compromising your position. Yes, she says, falling over, and then come up. Good. Okay, right, let's do the other side. So just 8 on each side, okay? Lifting the knee up, squeeze it in. Big step back, nice and slowly. Make sure you're on train tracks, so your feet are apart and you're not trying to balance on a tightrope. And then push into that front leg and lift this knee up here. Shoulders down. Step back. Tuck that sort of left hip underneath you a little bit. So we're lifting, stepping back. And again, lifting up, stretch, and stepping back. So we're going to do some standing, we're going to do some laying down, and some seated. So bear with it. If you're thinking you was going to lay down from the beginning, I just want everything nice and warm before we go into a little bit of a deeper stretch. tummy in. Find that balance. You can really feel that in that front leg as well. So that's where your strength element is coming into it. And then finish off and release. Good, well done. Give your legs a little bit of a shake off there if you did feel that. Don't want to build any tension. So the next one you're going to do, again, I'm going to start with my right leg. I'm going to step the right leg behind the left one, but my feet are flat. And then I'm going to take my right arm and stretch over to the side. And then I'm going to take a step out with this right leg. So step to the side. Bring your left hand towards that front foot just to start with. And then coming back up, step behind. Stretch over. So right foot is behind, right arm is stretching over. You're sort of pushing the hip a little bit out to the side. So getting this stretch down the side body. Step out. Push your bum back, knee lines up with your toe. Reach down with the opposite hand. Back is not rounding, okay? Keep going with this, staying on the right leg. Stretch over. And then stretch, smooth the towel out of the way to the side. We're going to add on to this a little bit here, so keep going. So exactly as you are. But when you step out onto this right leg, reach your right arm open. Little pause here if you can. Bring that right hand down, come up, step behind. So a little bit of balance, take your time. If you need to be near a chair or a wall to give you that confidence, then please use what you need to. Okay. Down, stretch open. Coming in, step behind. And reach, again, just about 8 of everything today, unless I tell you otherwise. I've probably done a few more now. Okay, and I'm going to give this one last go. So bum back, left hand down, right hand open, and then coming in to rest. Okay, let's do the other side. So this is my left leg. I'm going to step behind. I'm going to layer it up again. So just do exactly the same. Left leg behind, stretch that left arm over. Now you're going to step out to the side with this left leg, stick your bum out and just bring your right hand towards that front knee. So this leg is straight, right leg is straight, left knee is bent. And then again, step in slowly, step behind. Don't take too big a step there, just get that back leg behind that front leg. And then, whoops, stepping to the side and bend, bum back. Stick your bum out on this one. And then over you go. You might find one side easier than the other. Bring it over, step back, or step to the side and then step behind. Right, let's add that little twist in here like you did on the other side. So reach that left arm up to the ceiling, take your time, little pause here, take a breath. Okay, then come up slowly, step behind and reach. Step out to the side. Opposite hand towards that front foot and then reach open. Little pause, come in, step behind. Stretch and strength. Hips back, reach open. Can you feel that stretch on this other leg as well? So stretching down our side right now, step out, stretching the inner thigh, and then we're doing a little twist. Reach that left arm nice and high. Just going to do a couple more on this side. If you don't know me, I'm terrible at counting. So, you know, it's just one of them things. I'm more interested in your alignment and giving you a few teaching points rather than counting. So, bring it in and relax. Good, well done. Okay, give your legs a little bit of a shake up. Now we're going to move to the floor. So if you like to grab your towel so you don't have to keep getting up and down, have your towel nearby and ready. Got a lovely bit of sunshine coming in today on my mat, so that's quite nice. Right, okay, standing at the end of your mat, we're going to do a couple of roll downs halfway down. So I want you to reach your arms up, take a breath in, engage your abdominals, breathe out, roll down, Nice even pressure on your feet and a slight bend of the knee. Just go to where you can. Just let the head hang, let the arms hang. Breathe. Tummy's drawing in a little bit. And then I want you to bring your hands either onto your shins or onto your thighs, and then just lengthen out into a flat back position. Just hold it here. So you're lengthening the tip of the head away from your tailbone. Can you see that? Do I need to come a little bit more forward? Can you see that? So again, try and balance the weight a little bit over the feet so you're not too far back. So nice flat back, and either on the shins or on the thighs. Don't push on your knees, all right? Knees are a little bit soft. Lengthen out, shoulders away from the ears, and then just relax, just hang down, and then roll the spine up. And then we're going to do that again, but it'll be a little bit smoother and quicker this time because you know what you're doing. So roll all the way down to where you can. Arms are hanging, head is hanging, tummy's scooping in. Take a breath. Just breathe, and then put your hands either on your shins or your thighs. Lengthen out, flat back. Balance the weight over the feet. And then just release your arms, release your head, and roll the spine up. Very nice. Okay, next time we're going to walk out onto our mats, okay? So roll down. Walk it out slowly. Land your knees softly. Be kind to yourself. Hands and knees position. I'm sure you all know this very well. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Blah, blah, blah. And you're just going to pull up through the centre of the body into a cat stretch. Drop your chin down. Now uncurl your toes, and I want you to push the tops of the feet into the mat. So you get a stretch through the ankles as well. Don't force anything when you're stretching, okay? Just kind of test the water if you like. And then release. Relax the feet a little bit, and then allow the tummy to sink, so into your cat-cow stretch basically. Okay, and then again, so rounding the spine, pushing the tops of the feet down, scooping the belly in, separate the shoulder blades, breathe, and then lengthen out your spine. Just carve a little line with your nose, relax your feet, and then again, pushing down, scooping up. Try not to lock the elbows out, make sure there's a tiny kink in the elbows. Okay, one more time. How does that feel? Stretching up. And then lengthening out through the spine. Good. Okay, walk to the top of your mat. So you've got a bit of mat behind you. And I want you to come out onto the ball of the left foot. So left ball of foot. And we're just going to take a gentle rock backwards and forwards here. So as you come forward onto your tiptoe, be really light. And as you go back, really press away with the heel and you're on the ball of the foot. Now keep going with this, just a gentle rock forward and back. So left leg is straight, but watch your left hip doesn't dip to the side. Try and keep your pelvis quite level here, okay? So just keep using your abdominal muscles to support you and your awareness to keep you in the correct position. So that lovely stretch in the heel and underneath the foot. Okay, one more time, forward and back. Okay, and then come forward so your shoulders are over your wrists. And you're going to take that left leg and you're going to move it behind the right one. And then you're going to slide back and sit back onto this sort of right bottom cheek area. You're not sitting on the bum, but you just sit the hips back. You'll feel the stretch. You'll feel when you're ready to go there. Just hanging out here. Stretch your arms forward. Breathe in. So really stretching that side glute, you should feel that there. Okay. And then lift the abdominals a little bit, support yourself, and you're going to come up out of that. It's probably the hardest bit. Bring your knee back in. Right, other side. So left leg, you're going to rock forward and back into that calf. Now you keep going with that. While you're doing that, I'm just going to show you that stretch that we're going to go into from another angle. Okay, so what I did, you keep going with the rocking forward and back, but what I did was I took the leg behind and then slid back and sat down onto this other side. Okay, that's how it sort of went. Okay, so it goes across the body. Yeah, so you're here and you're going to go across. Okay, so just do a couple more rocks forward and back here. Might look a bit better this way. Okay, come back, so shoulders above your wrists, and then slide that left leg and then sink it. Go back at a diagonal and sit back into this left side, sorry. And reach your arms forward and breathe. So if ever you've tried to get into like a pigeon, if you've heard of a pigeon stretch in yoga, this is kind of a slightly easier version of that. You can uncurl the toes or you can keep the toes underneath, up to you. Okay, then again, tummy drawing inwards and just push yourself out. You have to do a little kind of spring forward there. And then from here, we're just going to stay with the hands underneath the shoulders, and we're going to walk the hands around to one side to draw a little arc and just hang out here. Drop the chin, breathe. So again, I'll show you from a different angle. If I just spin around. I was here and then I just walked around to the side. So you feel that down that right hand side if you walk your hands over to the left. Just breathing in and out here. Just feeling that lovely stretch in the side body, and then trace that line back through. I'm just going straight to the side. Straight to the side. You're not walking your hands all the way out here forward. Just bring your walk to the side so you get that stretch in that opposite side of the body, and just breathe. Okay, good, and then come back through the centre. Let's do a nice little cat-cow stretch again here. So pulling up and lengthening out. And then from here, I want you to lay flat down on your tummy. So come all the way down, bend your elbows. And then we're just going to bring the elbows underneath the shoulders. We're going into a little baby back bend here. If you can't get up onto your forearms, please just stay here and then just push yourself up to where you can go comfortably and just hold, okay? So if you can't get up that high onto these forearms, then just do what I just said. Okay. So shoulders down, breathe, look forward. Tummy is in. I want you to just lift your heart centre here. So lift your heart centre, just get a nice little back bend. Just as like a little baby cobra position. And then you're going to lay down onto the floor. Bring your hands by your chest, curl your toes under and push yourself straight up into a plank position. And then you're going to lift your hips up and send the hips back into an A-frame or a downward dog if you prefer that. If you're into your yoga, if you're not, just make an A-frame with your body here. So hips lifting high. You can have a bend on the knees if you're a little bit tight in the hamstring area. Bend your knees a bit and concentrate on that tailbone lifting really high, bringing your chest towards your thighs. Head is hanging in between your arms. Now if you're here, you can just pedal through the feet. Just have a look at your feet and have them about hip sockets apart, okay? So just move them accordingly. And just pedal through the feet here. One heel down, pushing away. Really nice stretch again for your lower leg. You're going to feel really nicely stretched out after this. Right, keep the feet still, lift your hips really high. Shuffle forward into your plank position. Just move your body weight forward, shoulders over the wrists, and bend the elbows lower all the way to the floor. Very slowly. Uncurl the toes, and then come back up onto your forearms here. A little stretch for your back. So back here again. Breathing in and out. Okay, good. Should we do that again? So come lay down, hands by your chest, curl the toes, push up, breathe out. So into your plank. Okay, you can put the knees down here if you need to, by the way. Why didn't I tell you that sooner? But you're going to come straight up into the A-frame again. So walk your feet in again. Just adjust your position and make sure you're pushing into your fingertips and you're not just putting all the weight into the wrists. So push into your pads of your fingertips as well. Just breathing in and out. Tailbone nice and high. And again, if you want to pedal through, you do it. If you want to pedal through, you pedal through. And I'm slipping on my mat a little bit here. Stretching. The mat's stretching. Are you stretching your mat? You should feel like you're stretching your mat apart. Lift that tailbone a little bit higher. Can you sink your heels a bit further away? Breathe. Okay, come forward into your plank position and then gently lower all the way to the floor with slow, controlled movement. And then from here, you can either come back up onto your forearms like we just did, or you can sort of push yourself up a little bit higher onto your hands. If you want your back to bend a little bit more, we're not forcing it. So don't do it if it's not comfortable, but you can, if you've got that flexibility, straighten your arms and let your hips sink down. This is about as far as I can go at the moment, so I'm going to stick with that. And then I'm going to go all the way back down and just release. Okay, have a little wiggle of your hips on the floor. And then let me just check for time. Okay, roll over onto your side. Having a nice little side stretch here. I haven't needed that towel yet, have we? So lay it in a straight line on your side to start with, just so you can get good positioning, stacking the hips and the shoulders and the feet and the ankles. And then I want you to bend your bottom knee so it's come slightly forward. So bend that bottom leg. Okay. So reaching this top leg nice and long, we're going to do a bicycle action. So I want you to fold the knee up towards you, right up. You can even give it a little, like we did at standing, a little pull up from the shin. And then when you're there, extend the leg forward as far as you can and flex the foot. So you get hamstring stretch. And then you're going to squeeze that leg all the way back. Squeeze your bum cheek and stretch the front of your hip here. So it's like a really exaggerated bicycle action. Okay, nice and slowly. In we go. Pull the shin up. Extend the leg, let go and extend the leg forward. Flex the foot and squeeze that straight leg all the way back. Tummy's in a bit until you can feel that stretch in the front of your hip and your glute is like turned on. Okay, switched on. So you're going to hug, extend, flex and squeeze. And then we just try and get that to continuously flow. Just doing 8 of them. Flex and extend, squeeze back. Remember, you're trying to squeeze a little bit more out of this movement each time you do it. Ease into it. Don't force it. Just ease back. Can you go a little bit further? Can you squeeze it in a bit more? Can you flex your foot? Is your leg going straighter when it's here? Okay, a couple more times. In, extend, flex, and squeeze back. So this is your giant bicycle, exaggerated bicycle. Hug it in, extend. This is a move that we do in Pilates. I wouldn't hug the shin, but I'm just hugging the shin in just to get a little bit more of a stretch through the back of the glutes there and the back of the hip. Rest down and relax. Good. Right, okay. Come up onto your side. Bring that bottom leg out so your legs are sort of staggered. And then we're just going to take a side bend over here. And then we're going to take a bend over here. So one way and then the other. Just bear with me on this one. Stretching over to the side. And then lift over to the other side. Just do one more of these. We're not doing 8 of these necessarily. But... And then don't swing your legs all the way around. Just bring your legs to the front. Just remember what side your legs were at, okay? So legs to the front. Move them apart a little bit. And then we're going to sort of windshield wiper the knees, the legs even. One way and then the other. So again, don't force this. Move with slow, controlled movement. And you don't have to get your knees to touch the floor. Because what I want you to do is once you get going, is now try and keep your shoulders a bit squarer to the front. So you're not actually twisting the whole body, so it's more movement through your hips. Again, just look like a little windshield wipers. One way and then the other. Try not to turn the whole body if you can help it. One more either side. So a little bit of hip mobility there and stretching. There you go. And then you're going to simply just swing your legs around the other side so we can lay on the other side. So that should have flowed quite well. So line yourself up, straight line. Just check in for time because I'm really good at running over as well. So everything's stacked up just like you did on the other side. Once you're there, bend that bottom leg. Just bring it slightly forward and keep that top leg nice and straight. Point your toe. Here we go. So exaggerated bicycle. So in, hug your shin, up, extend the leg forward, do it in slow motion, flex the foot and then squeeze that straight leg all the way back, keep it at hip height, keep the leg really straight as you push back, open through the front of this hip here, so this is straight, this bottom cheek is working, I can feel it, and then you're going to point your toe and then come forward again, shin comes in, hug it in this time, extend, far forward as you can, flex the foot, you should feel a hamstring stretch already here, and then we're going to squeeze back and then take that into the front of the hip and then keep going. So really, really slow. Obviously in Pilates we do this a little bit quicker, but for the purpose of the stretch element of this, I'm going a little bit slower and we're using our hands as well to make that a little bit more exaggerated. Squeeze back. And again, fold the knee in, squeeze it in, hug the shin, extend the leg forward, flex the foot and squeeze back. Flex and squeeze. In, extend, so really finding our range here. Finding your range is really working through your joints as big as you can. Pulling up, extend. Okay, just going to do one more. Extend, flex, squeeze back. Squeeze back, keep squeezing back, keep going, keep going. And then just releasing down. Good, okay, well done. Come up onto your side, bring that bottom leg out so it's not trapped. And then you're going to take that nice mermaid stretch over one side, land softly on the elbow as you stretch over the other side, reach this top arm. And again. So with the breathing, I didn't want to go too much on about the breath here because this is a stretch rather than a Pilates class, but you're just trying to, when you're trying to stretch, just breathe out. Breathe in sort of when you're in the middle and then breathe out, stretch. Okay, just one more either side. Hopefully you're going to feel a couple of inches taller at the end of this and then release and come back through. Good, well done. Right, now you're going to lay on your back. I would have your towel nearby for this one, or in a minute, so you don't have to get up again and try and reach it. So laying on your back, bend your knees, bring your feet flat. Actually, I'm going to spin around, it's got the sun in my eyes there. Which is very nice, but I'll just be squinting the whole time, which is not so good. Okay, so laying on your back, I want you to have your knees bent, feet flat on the floor, and palms facing up to the ceiling. We're going to do a little bit of bridging here, so I want you to have your feet nice and flat, like I said, and then your spine, you're starting in a neutral position. And now I want you to do a little pelvic lift from inside, tilt the pelvis so your back goes onto the mat. And then once you're there, you push into the feet evenly as you just squeeze the glutes and peel your spine away from the floor. Now don't come up too high, and just try and keep this bottom rib below the hip bones, okay? So if your hip bones are coming up, make sure the ribs are not flaring up with it. Keep the ribs down. So think of sort of shining the tailbone towards the back of the knees, and then the front of the knees are shining towards the end of your mats. Toes are down, nice and wide through the upper body, nice and long through the neck. Breathe in, breathe out, roll down. So here we're just trying to get the spine to roll in and out of the floor, and we're just building up that strength in the glutes and the thighs. And again, peel your back off the floor, squeeze. Remember, keep that bottom rib down. Don't let the ribs flare up. And then roll the spine down. Back to neutral each time. So remember, your neutral position is just like your natural curvature of the spine. Don't force it, just relax back into position and then just keep going. Check your toes are down and you've got like your inner thighs are almost like they're sort of spinning towards each other, if you like. And then roll down. Okay, and again, last time lifting. Just want to make sure I get everything in. And then roll down smoothly with control. And back to your neutral position. Good, right, hug your knees in one at a time. Just have a little gentle rock on your mat here. So knees together and just roll in a little tiny circle one way. So massaging that lower back into the mat. Now go the other way, stir it round. Okay, very good. Right, step your left foot down. Let's all talk about the same leg now. Left foot on the floor, keep hold of your right thigh and just slide your left leg away. Just reach that left leg. It's on the floor, but it's nice and long. Okay, so reach that left leg nice and long. Right thigh hugging in. Just breathing in and out here. Now, when we go into a hamstring stretch, if you need to bend your left knee, please do, if that feels better on your back. If not, keep that left leg straight as you are. And here is where you might need your towel. So what I want you to do, I'll do it with the towel first, okay? You're going to put the towel around your foot and then you're going to straighten the leg up towards the ceiling. So you're here just holding this stretch. Now hold the ends of the towel, okay? If you don't have a towel or you're just hold behind your thigh. Okay, so just hold here, behind the leg. Try not to reach up here and strain your neck and shoulders, okay? So again, nice long neck. That's why if you've got a towel, you can relax your shoulders a little bit more. And you can also push your leg up towards the ceiling so you feel your leg becomes a bit straighter and you can feel more of a stretch. So think of the back of your hip sinking down while that right leg is reaching up. And just hold it still. Just breathing in and out. As soon as you feel a bit of give in the back of the leg, you could then bring it back a little bit closer. Just inch it back a little bit at a time. Or I should probably say centimetres rather than inches. So just a little bit squeezing back at a time if you feel the give. Okay? If you don't, just stay as you are. And for the purpose of the video, I'm going to carry on, but if you wanted to stay here a little bit longer, stay here for sort of 2 or 3 minutes on each leg. But like I say, for the purpose of the video, I'm going to release that leg now. So I'm going to bring the knee in, I'm going to unhook the towel, just hug the knee back in, and then send that right leg away, and you're going to hug the left shin in now. So hold it here just for a moment. Just let the back of your hip settle into the floor. Hug on the shin or behind. If that's better on your knee, hold underneath. All right, or you just squeeze it in here. Do what feels best for you. Reach that right leg nice and long. And then extend that left leg up to the ceiling into a hamstring stretch. So either holding here behind the thigh or using your towel if you're because your leg you might be really tight in the back of the leg. So try not to bend the knee. I want you to have your leg really straight. So the towel will give you a little bit more leverage if your leg is sort of further away from you. This is only a little hand towel. I should have brought a bigger towel out really, but anyway. If your leg needs to be further away from you here, if you haven't got the flexibility, just get your leg straight. Don't bend your knee and bring the leg in here, because I want you to have a straight leg and reach up to the ceiling. Back of the hips down, nice and heavy. Right leg stretching long. And just breathe in and out. Okay, slide the right heel in, so bend the right knee, bring your foot flat on the floor, and then just take that left ankle, you're going to put it over the thigh, turn your knee out to the side, and then lift the right foot off the floor into a figure 4 stretch. So just holding here. So you can feel stretching that left glute if you've got your left leg crossed over. So just for a few seconds there. Step down, and then we're going to switch sides. And then lift up. Hold it still. Stretching that right glute area. And then stepping the feet down. Bring your feet and knees together, hands away from your sides. Nice and slowly rolling the knees one way, head is going to go the other. Still have a tiny connection in your center here. Don't just let the knees flop. You're just breathing in and out. Try and keep your opposite shoulder blade. Try and get that to sort of flatten into the floor a little bit more, okay? Knees are together. And then again, use your abdominal muscles to help bring you back through the center, and over you go to the other side. Knees one way, head the other. Just go to where you can. Keep your shoulder blade down on this opposite side and just breathe. And then slowly bring the knees in through the center. Hug them in. Have a little gentle rock. Hold on to the front of your knees, and you're just going to stir them away from each other. So draw little circles out and back in. Circles away from each other, out and in. Just holding on to the front of the knees. Stretch the arms. And reverse. Go the other way. You're nearly there. Reversing that little circle. Okay, very nice. And then release your feet down to the floor one at a time. Roll over onto your side, and we're going to come into a seated position now. And then you're just going to sit tall, legs out in front of you. Sit nice and tall. Here we are. Stretch up. Touch the back of your neck with one hand. And then use your other hand to ease the elbow back from behind or lift it from the front. Okay, release and switch sides. So touch the back of your neck and either push from the front here or take it from behind. Just sit tall, stretching the back of the arm. And then release. Bring your fingertips behind you, fingertips on the floor, and then just lift your heart center. Lift your bum if you can. If you can't, don't worry. And then slowly lower down. Give yourself a hug. Drop the chin down, but don't collapse the spine. And then again, open out. Hands behind. Either just squeeze the shoulder blades back, or you can lift the hips up. Squeeze your legs together. Lower down gently. Give yourself a hug. And then just release your arms. Roll your shoulders round a few times. Okay, good. Last final little bit. Just sit comfortably, so you can sit with your legs crossed, legs straight, however you want. And then you're just going to take a little head tilt. So before you do that, bring your chin in slightly so your head isn't pushing forward. No text necks here. And then you're just going to bring your ear towards your shoulder, not your shoulder towards your ear. Okay, it's the other way around. Ear towards your shoulder. Keep the shoulders down. And just breathe here. Just let the weight of the head bring you into that stretch for your neck. And then bring your head to the center. Keep your chin in slightly. Tilt to the other side. And then bring your head to the center. Roll your shoulders round a few times. I did set this event up for 45 minutes, so I hope it doesn't cut me off. There's just one more I want you to do. Is you're going to hold onto your, say, right wrist, holding here. Sit nice and tall and just sit with your shoulders back and down. And then you're going to look over one side. Doesn't matter which side you look. Just keep hold of this wrist here. Breathe. And then you're going to slowly turn your head and look the other way. Stretching into your neck and the front of the shoulder. Okay, excuse my back. Right, release and switch sides. So grab your left wrist, just hold on to it. Keep the shoulder down. Yeah, left wrist, keep hold of it. Sit tall. And then again, you're going to look over your shoulder. One way. And then look away the other way. Got that stretch again around your neck. And then back to the center. Release. Roll both shoulders. Give your arms a little bit of a shake off. And then you're all done. Well done. We're going to come up to standing, but I just wanted to finish there in case this cuts me off, because I did set it up as an event. So I don't know if I have to stop it or it stops automatically. But if you want to come with me onto the hands and knees now, just do a nice little cat stretch. Up and lengthen out. We're just going to come up to standing nice and slowly. So on the balls of the feet, lift the hips up. Continue the stretch stream by stretch theme by coming into an A-frame. Breathe. How does that feel? Does that feel better than the first one that you did? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. And then bend the knees. Walk your hands back towards your feet. We're coming back into this roll up. Just take a breath in. Knees are a little bit bent. And then breathe out. Slowly stack your spine one vertebra at a time. How does that feel? Does it feel like it's moving a little bit easier? Stretch up to the ceiling. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just bring your arms down. And again, nice breath in. Reach up. Breathe out. Just wiggle the fingers a little bit there. And one more time. Breathe in. And breathing out. Roll the shoulders. Set your feet apart. And I'm going to finish just with a little swing here. Just let the heel lift. Let the whole body swing. Let your arms be loose. And this is the end of your Sunday morning stretch. I hope that makes you feel a bit better. You feel a bit taller and a bit stretched out. Let me know in the comments. Well done, everyone. Nice work.